the overall championship and trying to get themselves that golden ticket to go through to the Grand Major, which of course, come to Cycle 4, that is going to be the talk of the tail. Walking opportunity is guaranteed to be gone. That is not going to happen because guess what? King Zero at 225. Guaranteed at this.
It's tactical. They're going to have some weird strategy that they're going to bust out, I can only imagine. But we're going to find out momentarily. It is going to come down to whether or not they've got something in their sleeves that they want to get out. We are going to see Monaco first, and then ultimately we'll move on to another map after this. Hopefully we get all three. I'd love to see a full 3 series purely just based on the map picks, but regardless of that fact, we are not going to see Grapple Hook again, unfortunately, as I was told off-stream by a dear friend that it is a Monaco-specific thing. However, doesn't appear to be the case. They want to opt for more gargoyling. They want to play for that damage. Look at that, though. Point in case. 000's out.
000 playing it stupidly aggressively as he pushed right up to DRG, unfortunately. A little bit too far. Latte left alive. Trying to do what he can, but I think taking the L at this point might be quicker and easier for the team. And Haibu, Baibu, not going to happen this time round.
Yeah, rough gig. Unfortunately there, rough gig. And not a great start for Haibu. The team that we have said is consistently better at team fighting wasn't better at team fighting. They, as you said, I think just got a little bit too aggro. 000 losing his life way too quickly. Just removes healing from the equation. Leaves Busel and Latte up to trying to do their best to pick up the pieces, but it's not enough. Ultimately now we'll rotate from DRG. They want to go for a plug, possibly even some kind of shenanigans, but we'll find out. We've got Haibu hiding away in the forest, waiting to jump the plug personnel, and that is going to be the case. They've put the Vault up as well. 4 takes a lot of damage. It's going to draw out the H-Infuser utility early, and we see the Lurk being played by 000 here, trying to spot one out of position. Indeed he will. Dim goes down, the light removed, and now the heavies can focus on the slugfest that is taking on the other heavies as the plug now comes out for Haibu.
In it goes. Fight still continues on. Dim down on the floor, can't really do anything from it. Four and Shui recognize that this disadvantage is not going to help them. It's better to back away, not engage in this fight, and find a new way to attack. But a lot of this fighting will happen on these roofs. It will happen on the street rather than the forest. It's just too unpredictable inside the forest as 000's dropped down to a slither of health. Great barricade to stop the shells flying through, and well, we're not playing any height at the moment. It's going to be a straight up gunfest, and a slug round goes into each of the players. Who's the first to drop? It's going to be in favor of Haibu, and a complete wipe for DRG. Rolls a reverse here, Proto, and Haibu reattain that control.
I feel like that is more of the Haibu that we expected. They played that pretty much perfectly to a T. They set up, they wait for the push. They pretty much did exactly the same thing that any other team in that position would have done, and that's wait for the pick. They have to come to you. They're not going to pivot over to go to the other side. They're not going to want to go to A because it's in a terrible spot. You look here now. It's just a gargoyle off on the roof. No, but you need to reload your gun. XP54 doesn't have infinite ammo, and unfortunately that might cost them here. Very much so. But Denial comes out, forces the dome shields. Great minds as well. They back up and provide cover with the barricades, putting themselves in great spots. Remove that healing factor as well. 000 does have utility to throw in from the roofs, but it's Busel to go down first. Dim and 4 both on low HP. KS has to come out. Dim goes down, but it's just 000. 2 heavies to get through. Does get one. It's now a steal, and this is going to be a lock-in for Haibu. Death or not, DRG lose the first box.
Haibu had control no matter what happened. 000 backed away correctly, understood that the fight was not going correctly, but he saw the time. Play the clock, play it slow, play it efficiently. Aerial denial was perfect. But here, Just play time. Don't be over-aggressive. And pick your moment.
You have to. But you have to do it in such a specific way, going up against the best teams, where if you make that single mistake, you lose instantly. You don't get that. You get nothing. No kind of benefit whatsoever. You're just punished from the get-go, and that's what we saw there, unfortunately, for DRG. But Haibu, look, it's still 2 more vaults possibly to go, as well as a whole nother possible 2 games, depending on how this match ends out. It is Monaco. There is a lot relying on these rooftop poking fights, which is exactly what's happening right now. Tap comes out, and a lot quicker on this first vault. Sorry, on the second vault than it was on the first vault.
Love a pace increase. Changing of the tempo. God, I haven't spoken about tempo for a good while and how important it is. I'll save that lecture for another day, nonetheless. DRG, though, looking down the barrel of the first map, going away. A map that they initially kicked off this finale, winning with confidence. But again, it all stems back to these 3v3s, and we've spoken about the Chinese rosters and their struggle with 3v3s. Off the rip, looking like the same story tale, the fairy tale that continues to run out. And it begs the question, what does DRG need to do? What do you have to do to change it up? Because Haibu not only have an angle, they got their number.
They've also got the height. Mind you, they're doing their best to try and take it back from them. They have pushed all the way up onto the top of the church here after getting the plug. So A is currently active, and we do see Haibu being too short now after losing 000 as well, which puts a very large stagger on that coin ability for Haibu. They've got one off. Busel comes back, but it's 20 seconds until they have 000 back on the board for that healing factor, for that invisibility. Is it going to be too little too late? Obviously, there is plenty left to go. We do still have a whole nother vault after this if DRG is successful at locking it down, but they have height. They have the top of the church, which is the power position for Monaco. And Haibu are not running anything that lets them get up there quick other than a gateway, unless they can maybe crumble it down. They don't have enough utility to do so. It's going to have to be they need to find a kill, and 000 is in a great spot to do so.
You say about crumbling it down, that building is precariously standing tall at the moment. I don't even know how long that will last. Shui, the RPG, is going to add extra damage to the cathedral. Going to land perfectly, but now you have to back away. Haibu really running low, down to 000. Can he do any form of clutch to save this game, to get that win instantaneously? Answers no, has to back away, and they'll probably concede Haibu. Understand that this cash out, not theirs. Tip their hats and say thank you for the fight.
They sort of have to, unfortunately. They don't really get another chance at this, and even if they did, well, they definitely don't get another chance at this, but even if they did, I don't think it goes in their favour. DRG just so much better on height in that fight. They were in great positions. They had everything set up for them and ultimately just didn't give it up. They didn't over-aggress. They let them come to them, and ultimately Haibu just overextended. I mean, 000, there was so much to be desired there. If you got one of those flanks, I mean, he attempted to do one 3 times there. Would that have been different? But we see now, this is where Dim is shining with the gargoyle. It is just a light v light. He comes on through, finally spotted. This is what we needed from 000 in the previous fight, as well as Busel to kick in for himself. A very quick wipe. DRG, I don't even think they know what hit them. There, on the wipe screen now.
Yeah, that was almost like a baseball bat coming to the rear of your head. You did not see that thing swinging, and Haibu is swinging their way through this. They are on fire, coming back from a, well, questionable loss. I say questionable. A loss that is understandable. When you're playing on top of the cathedral, it is one of the hardest to retake. However, move over to the buildings, and this should be a lot easier to understand. That being said, both teams don't want to make that early plug. It will give their position away. Talking of position, how about a sonar? All of them sat above. The drop is going to be critical, and now comes the pressure as Triple O again gets the first damage. So quick and rapid to get out of there. But he is dropped low. Dim, Shui, also low on health. And that's going to bring it down to Shui as Latte is able to find one. Full team back, and this is just a Christmas present for them. Get the plug, get it done. Can they get the last two, Four and Shui? That would be the icing on the cake.
Well, they're going to find one. And Shui has to disengage. They're going to opt for a coin and a full reset here, considering that we haven't had a plug just until a moment ago, which gives them plenty of time to play with. They've got coins as well. You might as well use them. It's final vault. You're holding on to them. You don't have to. 15 seconds is going to elapse, and DRG are going to collect their senses, get ready to go once more towards the goal. 000 has fired up on the light, though. He's starting to hit these flanks. He's playing really well on getting those kills in the back. But mind you, spotted and dropped by Dim. Height now goes into the favor of DRG, and it's going to have to be a very quick revive here if they want to stay in it. Four's down on half, but Haibu are looking a little worse for wear. Busel falls. Latte the last alive. He's trying to get away with the jump tech down on into the bottom of the building, but opts to go for a white. There's no point trying to fight it. DRG can now go for the steal. They're going to finally get it. And Haibu, they're going to have one chance, but that's it.
Map manipulation has got to be the top priority for DRG. How far away can you force Haibu to spawn? It is a Christmas tree of different stall methods on that cash box. Speed is of essence. Already the gateway's been used. No other way. Well, sorry, I say that. Yes, it has been used. You can't get through it anymore, so you're going to have to climb and manually get your way up to the top. Time is running low. About 20 seconds left on that clock. Still starts to go through the stall. Starts to get activated. A lot of health has been brought down. 4 is dropped by DRG. And now there's still 4 up. 3 up for Haibu. Buzel dropped. Latte dropped. 000 dropped. It's DRG. Opens it up and says thank you. Thank you indeed.
That was way too close. An amazing effort in terms of the final team fight. Haibu possibly walk away with game 2, and we see a game 3. 000 10 and 5. Huge for him. Dim, the lights putting in the work that match.
From DRG. Walking into this, yeah, we threw a bit of shade onto DRG and their performance in 3v3s and how it's not been going well for them. However,
them struggling if they go there. But we're going to find out. We're going to Skyway. So is it going to be the nail in the coffin? We say it, we know it, but is it the truth? We'll find out in just a moment. The Kings have their crown. But is it going to be enough to lock in a 2-0 victory, or do we go the full distance?
If only we could name this section the Throne. That is reserved for the Grand Major, the brilliant format that Embark have created. Oh god, we should do Cycle 4 as the Throne. Just saying, put top 5 teams in, do it like that. Would be an interesting way. Nonetheless, immediate aggression pushing up and close to each other, and already 000 gargoyling right in front of DRG's face. He's just looking for a free opportunity, free picks that come from it, but the freeness comes in favor of DRG. They found 2 already, and they just need 1 more to finish it off, and they do. DRG hitting hard to kick things off. This is their map pick. I sure hope so.
Oh, it's going to be big. They've got strategies. It's very evident that they know what they're doing, and they want to do it in such a way that means Haibu don't really have a chance. If it's anything to go off of in that first team fight, I've got a strong feeling this is going to be a very quick 2-0. But we can't sit here and be biased. We need to remain impartial, and he's picked up the wrong yellow thing. Close, but not quite what you're looking for there.
It's useful, though. You could definitely use that in the same area.
100%.
Just wasted a second or two. And that second 2 could make the difference between the entire game, not adding that extra pressure at all. Clearly. Nonetheless, sonar the grenade will be helpful. Get that information. Know the site's relatively clear as the whole of DRG steps away. They don't want to give their position away all too well. A couple of slugs land into each other's chest and both sides back away. While this happens, time continues to tick. And DRG are going to be thankful for the slow pace that Haibu is bringing.
They want to be sure before they push. They don't want to have any loose ends when they go for this steal. They're going to set up some, I can only assume, crazy stuff downstairs to go for it. And here we go. Start comes out. C4 doesn't connect, but that gas isn't even going to go deep enough. That's a free steal. Haibu have walked away with it without much question. Both dome shields have been used in the aggression on down, and they're going to go for an immediate steal. 000 is here, does have those glitch grenades to deny any other utility. But gas now to come, burned away instantly. Good RPG, some great damage there for Busel, but he's stuck in a corner. His team have come to help, but it's COS. Get out of jail free. One connects. He takes down Dim. We see Schwei fall, and there goes 4. That's everybody. And DRG, their map pick, but Haibu aren't finished.
Early mistake from not getting that gas to land correctly. Oh, that's
Big
a jump in itself. Big jump. Big celebrations. Haibu then capitalized on having control of sights. They then pushed out, found that height, and then DRG had to make that rash play, rush in, and it came chaotic. DRG's singular mistake. That might have just cost them and forced this map to go all the way. Or it's just a little blemish on the record.
We don't know at this point, but ultimately all I can say is Haibu are in the lead. They're staring down the barrel of a possible third map. But with 000 in a great position like this, Snow just loses his footing. They do still manage to get the kill on Dim, though. Busel lands that final shot with a KS, helping on out. 000 is also spotted, but look at the rest of his team. They are quite low as well. Regen does come through passively, allowing them to return to the fight. Busel some great damage onto Schwei, ultimately being taken out by Latte, and it's now just 4 who very slowly but surely is picked off by 000. And the tap for Haibu. DRG's map pick doesn't seem to be going in their favor, Hyper. They do seem to be struggling a little bit, and whether or not that's what Haibu were hoping for, well, you can imagine that's what they were hoping for, but whether or not they planned for it, different question.
We're off to the mansion we go. Wouldn't say it's the hardest to defend, but it's not also the easiest one as well. You have some great sight lines. You'll see that... Oh. That wasn't meant to happen.
Not a good throw.
No, not a good throw. Good start throw, bad second throw. Much like the Australian cricket team.
Well,
anyways.
they weren't throwing; they were using sandpaper. But anyway, at the end of the day, DRG have already lost 1. 4 goes down quickly. Schwei, he's also in the blender right now. He's found himself a pyro mine, but Busel is the one to finish it off, and Dim opts to go for a rotate. Why not? Use a coin, get away. You sort of have to. Shots come forward, but not much lands, and Busel takes some damage off screen. I can only imagine to his own pyro mine. But aside from that, DRG are going to get another attempt at this in about 11 seconds when Schwei gets back in off a coin. They've got 3, as we said before. You might as well use them. Very quick fight there for DRG. You see on the above cam, just absolutely thwarted, falling into that pyro mine. Busel there to collect the kill. The KS doing so much damage. Just gives the opening.
A lot of that was just being the fall that happened from Haibu. It just favored them, and DRG lost so much height from the building collapsing on itself, so that doesn't help. Talking of what doesn't help, 000, first one to go down. That light, that person who could really capture a lot of damage, disappearing within a matter of seconds. Now you have to recover with a man down. Latte taking the most of the brunt. They're being aped. He's being aped. He's being targeted. Busel left alive. Now he has to play for Stool. Has to play for Stool. Fire's all in the area, but he's got the angle. Steel starts to go through again. He will have to sacrifice himself at
Mine on recharge.
point.
COS moves. No, he hit the roof. That could have been big with that pyro mine as well. That could have been game-changing, but it's not the end. It's not the worst outcome, but Busel was literally pixels away from denying with that charge and slam there. He would have hit that pyro mine too, which would have set it off. Might have been enough time for 000 to get back and cause some issues, but it's not the worst outcome. You've got one more vault. However, you are staring down the barrel of a 1-0. You aren't in the lead. You needed that, Hebu, to go forward to match 3. But right now, DRG have another chance to send you home in second right here, right now.
Is this the day that DRG claims a cycle? Meaning we go 3 cycles and 3 different winners, or are we going to have the first back-to-back winner of Haibu? That's a question mark we are so tentatively waiting for. Nonetheless, fight over the vault will start to come through. Just information right now, but Buzil got a great amount of visuals. RPG, pretty wasted, not much coming from it. However, 000 dropped down to 1 bar once again.
I would have just personally held the RPG there. I'm not too sure why we opted to go straight for that shot, considering that you didn't actually even really see anybody. Sort of just let it go. But I mean, hey, you're going to get it on recharge, so it's not the worst loss in the world. 000 in a great spot here. However, spotted by Dim is going to be dealt with relatively quickly. I can only imagine DRG now will choose to go for a plug. Haibu have to regain their teammate. But no, it's going to be a team fight here. A little bit of the old Asian 8 fest. And there you go. Haibu wiped. DRG, you'll take it. Gives yourself a little bit extra time. You'll get that plug and maybe a few seconds to play with it. But ultimately, in saying that, bit of parkour tech here for you. Excuse me. Yeah, parkour. Haibu struggling. Really, really struggling.
DRG, you're in the hot seat now. I'm not going to curse anything. I'm not going to say if this is yours, but let me just tell you the stakes that are on here. Your first cycle win. DRG, you can tie at the top of this championship, the top of the leaderboard. If a defense works out exactly the way they hope to, it would be a battle of the top 3. All within 15 points if DRG wins here. But Haibu have other plans. Haibu so desperately want to bring it to their map, Cis Horizon. Right now, their biggest problem is crossing that gap. The impossible gap of getting across. You could take the long way around, which 000 has done, or you go direct and use up a lot of your shield. But finally, they cross the bridge.
It took them a lot of time, but they got there in the end, and now it's just a matter of whether or not they can make something happen. You've got 3 players here, but look at the positioning for DRG. They're set up top. They've got the gargoyle set. Some huge damage onto Schwei, but H-Infuser there is instantly putting him back into the mix. XP 54, great damage onto Dim, but Schwei's fallen fast. 4 also now in the sight lines. He's gone down, but Schwei's found 2. 4 with one of his own. A quick little res here for 000 gives them the ability to go forward too strong. They see the totem on the roof, but they need to go for a steal. They don't have the time, but all DRG need to do is deny. Can you surf this down enough to get the steal in time or not? Not really. DRG, they've got 3. Shields come out. Hang on a minute. This is doable for Haibu. Can they make it? Yes! It's pink! DRG! They've lost it. They haven't got enough. And we're going to get map 3.
We are going the distance. When it could have been close.
It was not what I expected. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really wanted Haibu to take us to that 3rd map, and I'm so glad they have. Thank you. But I was expecting it to be... a bit quicker. Regardless of that, we've got the outcome. It doesn't matter. We've got map 3, essentially. Just becomes a best of 1. We haven't played the first 2. We've said, Haibu have already done it today. I can imagine they do it again, but we're going to find out. We're only moments away. 10 seconds that we're loading in. We're going to get all 3, the full Monty for cycle 3, and I don't think there's any better way to close it out for TGM26 APAC cycle 3. We are going into our final game of the night. It's Haibu taking on DRG. Do we get the repeat? Or are there some top dogs that are new to the block?
It would be a dream for DRG. It would be a celebration beyond anything from Haibu. But this is only cycle 3. There's still one more cycle to go. But this has decided we're going to have a close fight in cycle 4. And much like this fight, Shui will get that opener. Haibu drops down to Triple O left alive. A start that Haibu does not want to remember, but a great pick. Unfortunately, no great clutch. Right, so this already feels like a grudge fest to kick things off.
Yeah, DRG definitely flexing their muscles a little bit there. Haibu, look, off the rip, a little bit aggressive. Both heavies going down without much support. Unfortunate, but 000, he came up the rear. You got to give him that. He got his one. You know, it's not the worst outcome. You are going to go into the respawn. You're already back. They haven't even run the vault yet. Like, there's plenty of time to play with. They haven't got a plug. You are going to be able to catch them before they get there. In fact, you almost did catch them before they even got onto the Mega. But A's going to go in. They've set up the denial as well. And Haibu now have to play a little bit of catch-up. But Dim's on that rotate. If Haibu go now and they can take these kills, we could see a very quick turnaround here. And it looks like it's not the case. Busel falls again early. 4's very low, but that H infuser does come out from range. A lot of it misses, though. So that's not great. Shui taking a lot of damage. Instantly traded by Dim, and it's now 000. Does have low HP on 4. So if you can find one, that'd be great. But instead, opts to go for a pickup. And that's not the worst play in the playbook. But here come the game.
Yeah. And you get aped.
Oh,
absolutely targeted. Wait,
got one. He's still alive as well. Hold on. Hold on. DRG crumble under the pressure. Pressure makes diamonds. Haibu, 000. You've got one left to find.
How have you pulled that off? How have you pulled yourself into a situation where you should have lost? Haibu takes pressure and eats it for dinner.
Revive.
All 3 back after only able to bring 1. Latte was targeted. They aped on him. They put all their members onto him, but Latte said, no, I am not going to back down. And now the steal's going to come through. A denial could come from it. It has. And Haibu still has to continue to work as all 3 of DRG are back. But
they don't have bleach.
It's all back to square. Haibu have control.
And they're gone. They got out in the gateway, but great RPG. Busel and Latte both low. Shui finds 1, but 4's low as well. H Infuser's not keeping him in long enough. 000 goes down. It's now all up to Busel, but look at the time. There's not much left to steal. If he can deny, no, the RPG's missed. That's not enough. The fire grenade's not going to die quick enough. They've managed to get him off. Isn't enough time. It is. Haibu, how have you done it? Off some cinema gameplay and stalling. DRG, you've got to be kicking yourself.
How you pull that off is incredible. Pure clutch mentality, pure determination that I will not give in, I will not falter. I will stand my guard and protect what comes first. Haibu, in control. But only just, Proto. Only just in control. 1 point away from a back-to-back cycle win. DRG needs to reverse sweep this entire situation to take their first.
That is way too close for comfort if you are DRG. I mean, you've got to be upset. Haibu now, you've got great positioning. 000 being an absolute menace with that XP. If they can find another one here, Haibu have pretty much got this one in the bank. And it seems to be the case. Revive as well. Unless they can find 4 here for a full wipe, that would be ideal. They've got 10 seconds to do it, and I think they will. But no, hang on. A great shot. 000 does go down, but it's a coin from Busel. 3 strong again. 20 seconds to run 2 here. It's plenty of time to get some ground on the board before DRG come back. But Haibu, they're firing on all cylinders. Finally, a team has picked up where Haibu left off at the end of Cycle 2.
All the way to B. Thankfully, spawns will favor Haibu. They will be able to get this plug in. And if you had a winch, you'd be chucking this out into the open. Make this a completely difficult site to defend, but no winches. Only a charge and slam and mesh for Haibu. 2 meshes for DRG. It's not impossible to steal.
No, it's not difficult. It's in a good position. Busa with the COS does make things a little bit more interesting, considering that they are in a very, very, very breakable area right now. But DRG slowly progress forward. They want to try and push Haibu out. Latte takes a bit of damage. They drop a floor, which they have the ability to do. But look at this, 000. Great position. Good spot. But don't give yourself away too early. You can go for a flank, and indeed that seems to be the case. Good utility usage of the throwables in the arena around them, but 000 needs to come and help. They've got no healing here. They're going for the passive. They've managed to get away. Busel's actually got one on the retreat, mind you, with support from 000 as well. They found a second. They're looking for the third now. 4. Again, the last alive as his team is left, but they're just wasting time. They don't need to kill him at this current moment. They just need to make sure they don't lose sight of him. Charge and slam to follow. He's going to go for a self-kill. Busel almost yanks that barrel away from him, but a full wipe with 20 seconds. Hyper. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Time is running low. It's going to be a mad dash, and you've got to commit to the steal, but look how much stall defense is there. Prepped, waiting.
Red barrel as well. It's cinema.
Oh, even worse. The push starts to go. Is there time is the question you ask yourself. You have to go Hail Mary to the ultimate way. Last, what would be 15 seconds. They've got themselves to point. They're able to push themselves up, but immediately a goo will stop it. It looks to be good. It looks to be gold and still starts to go through, but immediately going to get pushed off. Cycle 3 and the Cycle 2 champions. It's Haibu who will take it.
B2 fires. I would personally be happy with 4,000 USD. I don't know about you. I mean, yes, it's split between 3 people, but my God, that's a huge chunk of change. Not to mention the cover. Everything. I don't think you could have written that script any differently. We almost called it. KZ didn't end as far down the leaderboard as we made.
Can we just rename Cycle 4 to the golden ticket round? Because that is what's become. Top 3. There you are.
It's literally anybody's game. Yes, you get a golden ticket. That's great. But at the end of the day, I mean, we look at the points. 100 points is difference between 3rd and 4th right now, with 75 being the difference.